Good morning. Good morning. So I've been watching DTSS absolutely going ballistic in pre-market. It is the one that I'm most interested in, up 500% now, continuing to push and just does not seem like it has any breaks to be hit. Um, Very interesting move. We'll look into the news in just a minute. Everything else is pretty much not interesting to me. I guess I have to wait and see what the open holds. But yeah, for now, DTSS is going to be the top watch. Oh yeah, let's pop over there to that news that I was talking about. All right, so over here, checking the news on NASDAQ.com, we can see the last posted news for this one was in 2022, so there must be some type of press release. Now, when you come to NASDAQ, you can check the news, but the press releases are the things that I feel hold the most weight because it's like news can be circulated, all kind of rumors and all this. It's just But let's see what the press release says. All right, so 23 hours ago, DataC reports second quarter fiscal year 2024 financial results and operations update. Second quarter revenue is 11.3 million versus zero point 0.1 million in the year ago period. DataC regains compliance with NASDAQ minimum bid price requirement 6 days ago. DataC pre-announces first half of 2024 revenue, 18.2 million. Okay. So are we at the halfway point yet? Not yet. Okay, so DataC enters into agreement with U.S. marketing firm to promote and market its innovative intelligent acoustics products. Let's jump back one. DataC announces a 1-for-15 reverse stock split. So this is another one of those. I guess they did this last month, January. So does have stock split news and it has fiscal news or whatnot. For these, I want to see if it's going to get any kind of bearish action, especially with how much it's up right now. Coming up here into the $9, I want to see some bearish action and try to buy some bounces. But this thing's continuing to just tie it up. Good morning, Donnell. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did take a trade yesterday on DG or DBGI. DBGI here. So this was the ATR. Well, me and Donnell, we were talking about this in the where'd I go? Is this it? Oh. Okay, right here. So me and Donnell, we were talking about this break that happened on DBGI. And I took this trade right here for an ATR break over the nines and got a nice little push all the way up here to the 12s. I did not hold the whole thing. I took 300 shares on this break, and I took most of my profit like around 1150 because I wasn't sure we were gonna go all the way to 12, and I was holding a very small share size, so like 25 shares, and it popped up there, and so it gave me a nice little winner on yesterday on that 300 shares. It was a 2-to-1 win on that one. So yeah, risk risk was managed. Looking for the ATR break, it broke and just came back down to it. Now what I was looking for was to take another entry if it were to hold the ATR and then try to go higher, but it just did not. And I was waiting for the candles to close, and I never saw them close green until they got back into the zone. I was like, yeah, it's probably dead now. So I just left it alone. But that was a nice little trade. Let's go back over here to DTSS. Wow, all the way over 10 now. So big buyers in here. I mean, at this point, we just gotta wait. Let that first 30 minutes play out and get ready to play the game. I am trying to. I hope that it starts to become bearish so I can play some of the bearish strategies that I got. So, but I got some good bullish strategy practice on yesterday for a $700 win. Oh, Tesla. Oh yeah. I was looking at Tesla yesterday. Let's jump over here to the bigger time frames. Looking at Tesla coming back into this range that it has visited before, into the bottom side of this range around the 180s. And I added a little bit to my options play yesterday. Looking for one of these two levels to hold. Either this 184. I don't even care if it goes down. I don't even know if it'll go down here to 116, but I would love it to. I would add down there. But as for right now, just adding at this obvious level right here. One level was traded back in 2021. Then another little struggle point here at 180. And now another one here. So I just added there yesterday. And Tesla did gap up a little bit from the lows of yesterday. It made this little double bottom, which I added down here. But I added on my options dividend stock. So I added on this one, Tesla. And it came down here and did the exact same move. Now, it's a lot lower price, but it pays a dividend as I wait. So, yeah, so I got in there nice and snug. Okay, let's see. DTSS. Anything else popping up on the scans? Not seeing anything above $5. Everything below $5, it'll populate after the open. And I start seeing those if they have some good volume, good reasonability for trading. You know, I'll see those. Okay. Oh, let's continue on. I was reading this news. So we know that this has reverse stock split. That 1 for 15, it just met the NASDAQ minimum requirement 6 days ago. Let's go to FinBiz. DTSS. Let's look at these floats for data C. Float is 1.24 million. Nice. Okay. What about those insiders? Insiders 43. Very heavy for insider plays on this one, huh? 43%. Interesting. All right. Float on this one says it's 21.55 million on FinBiz. DTSS. Float says it's 21.55 million on this one. So what happened to Yahoo? Why is it saying it's 1.24 million? When was this last updated? At close Friday. What? February 13th. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. I see. So that was yesterday. Okay. So I guess they adjusted the floats here. And I'm just going to say majority rules on this one. So I'm going to look at it as if it's 21 million in the float instead of 1.24. Shelf registration out here from the latter part of 2023. Short percent increased 284%. So shorts are very interested, which is why I want to play the bearish move on it. Let it try to give a move down and look for some plays there. Because it's really not doing any kind of earth shattering. It doesn't have an earth shattering catalyst that's super good for people. So basically all of its catalyst is saying, hey, we saved ourselves. We did a reverse split. We got some higher prices, but we really haven't produced anything yet. So, you know. And also, I didn't check their profile. What do they actually do? Profile. So, DataC Inc., through its subsidiaries, provides technology and information systems in the people's. Is this a Chinese stock? Oi. This looks like a Chinese stock. Beijing, China. DataSync Inc. through its subsidiaries. And was DVGI a Chinese stock? DVGI. I don't think they were. Pretty sure they wasn't. Come on. Okay. Nope, this is a United States company. Yeah, so made me some money on that one. Now let's jump back over to DTSS. Okay, so this is a Chinese company, so definitely be careful with this one. The company provides smart city solutions and 5G messaging applications. It also offers its smart security solutions primarily in schools, tourist or scenic attractions, and public communities. In addition, the company provides intelligent acoustics products, which includes ultrasonic air sterilizer, air purification, and deodorization, and other products. The company was formerly known as Rose Rock Inc. and changed its name to DataSync Inc. in October 2015. DataSync Inc. was incorporated in 2014 and is headquartered in Beijing, the People's Republic of China. All right, so I kind of been avoiding these Chinese stocks. Maybe if it gives a play, I'm definitely going to size down. I ain't taking a full size on this one. I'm glad I know that that is the case now, because yeah, these Chinese stocks be moving crazy. Y'all probably saw Hollow yesterday. HOLO still being crazy out of the open. No pre-market action, just a big surge from 15 up to $40 and then a drop back down. So, just these Chinese stocks, man, they be getting me. Okay, we do have a couple of other ones. These look like higher floats though. What is this? CCG trash up 132%. I do not like that setup on the pre-market. COGT, Cogent Biosciences. Let's see what they're talking about. COGT. Doesn't have as much volume though. One of these is going to have to overpower DTSS with volume. Okay, Cogent Biosciences announces oversubscribed 225 million private placement. Okay. Cogent Biosciences presents Summit Part 1B data with whatever drug that is in non-advanced systemic mastocytosis. That was on February 5th. Milestone. So they're just in the first part of these trials that they're doing. That's why they're probably not. But back here on December 7th, they did have the words breast cancer in there. So if that starts to circulate with COGT again, it may get interesting. We know breast cancer news can go crazy. But for today, I don't know if it's going to be the most obvious option. Let's jump over here to the scans. I'll take Tesla out of here. And I'll take DBGI out of there. We'll kind of just have to scan around through the first 30 minutes to see if anything better than DTSS. But DTSS may be the only mover today. But it's Chinese stock. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about those. I know there's opportunity, but there's also risk. So I guess you can manage the risk with a stop loss or something, but I've been avoiding them, and my mind has been at peace while doing it. So I don't know. We'll see. Definitely won't be taking full size on anything like this though. Got about 15 minutes to the bell. We see a nice topping tail up here to the 1127. And a nice little setup for the shorts as well. If this was inverted, maybe it would be a little bit more Well, if it was invert, if this pattern was inverted and it was maybe a little bit higher up, coming to the downside, it may be a nice little pop up at the open. But for this is all short stuff right here. This is nice 3 bar build up, looking and seeing sellers come in here. And if they let the first 30 minutes play, let's say if it does do a little pop up or whatever, it can give you entries within this zone right here. So 1127 down here to what, 981. Nice little entry level at the open for a nice short down. So we'll see if that's the way that it wants to play within the first 30 minutes. Play up in here a little bit, get the buyers in thinking it's going to do a breakout, and then take it down. Or I could be completely wrong, and DTSS acts like hollow, HOLO, and just doesn't care about patterns. It just rips, you know. But we will see on the open. Hollow broke like 3 or 4 pattern rules. I was like, nah, this ain't what I need right here. Every time it said bearish, it would go bullish. Every time, I mean, even the bearish things that did happen were small. It was like, okay, here's a bearish play right here. Barely coming down, shooting back up bullish. I was like, nah, I'm good. Y'all tripping. But now we're getting a complete test of the full body of this previous candle coming into the open. Looking on the larger time frame. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong chart here. Looking at the larger time frame here, jumping out, we can see it had a nice little pop up, 19 cents up to $1.95, and now it's all the way up here in no man's land. Now, I don't know what this is up here. I don't know if that's just a blip on the map, but there is some trading up there at 17, which is insane. Very little trading. If this thing gapped up there to 17, then gapped down to 3, this would be this could be a repeat pattern of gaps. So we'll see how high it goes. If this becomes some kind of bearish level for it between the 11.27s and the 9s, or I guess you could just say the $10 level, being the actual level of resistance. Interesting moves all around, though. Like I said, I'm already green on the week. It's no point of me risking it on a Chinese stock, you know. But I'll take small size if the setup allows, if I see the proper setup. And now we see on DTSS looking like it wants to play back in this range here, getting a little buy off the top side of this value area. The control area is down here at the 587. Now, if it does get some trading up here in this level, maybe it'll move the control area up. But the control area is basically it's a area where the last area where the shorts and the longs were almost equivalent. So when they're battling it out, they're selling, they're buying, they're doing all of this. How do I say this? It's equivalent pressure. I guess that's the way you would, kind of like if you were taking two forces coming together. It's where the equivalent pressure was last. So we'll see how it gets back down there, if it's going to go back down there to that 5. But first, we got to see if that first thing comes to pass, where it plays up here and then goes down. Playing back into this zone here, entering that over the 975s with the high of the 1127s. We'll see how it plays. Just a little peek in there, biding its time into the open. We have about 10 minutes to the open. And if this is where the relative volume is on the day, you know, it may overshadow everything else. No matter if it goes bullish or bearish. Let's also look at the SPY real quick. So the SPY had a nice run up to the 503s, came all the way back down, a big drop from 4.99 down here all the way to almost the 4.90s, a $9 drop, and now back up today. I don't know if it's going to have to do some consolidation or what, but you know, always good to keep in mind where that old SPY is, what it's got going on. I believe it was due to the CPI news as well, CPI release. All right, so we're back trading into this level. Two things that I would already notice is one, you know, this is a kind of a shooting star candle here into the pre-market, but we'll have to see what the actual intraday trading does. And then also this is a bullish, what is this, of hanging man, which could be a reversal pattern for the downside. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if it can close red. If this candle can close red, but keep this same shape here of a hangman. It's got about 8-9 minutes left on it. So where's my let's see. It looks like it's going a little bit red. Oh, yo. Check my notes. Start. See if it'll close there. Red. It's doing a good job of holding right there, though, with that hangman. Good morning, Mike D. Watching DTSS. We've already reviewed all of the, you know, the ups and the downs with it. It's got a little data discrepancy. It's a Chinese stock. Pushed up quite a bit during pre-market. So okay, so now transforming into a bearish spinning top. If it closes with this much of a chunk there, if it's small, it'll be a little hangman, but this is turning into a bearish spinning top. So we'll see how that goes. Trying to make a decision what pattern are people seeing the most. All right, so yeah, more of a spinning top look now. We have about almost 5 minutes left to the open. All right, coming into the open, let's see what we got. Everything is going to start to populate quite quickly. So like I said, some of these Chinese stocks just do not care about the patterns. Sometimes they form a pattern and completely break it. But since I've been heavily trading patterns, and that's what I've been doing during the back testing and all of that, trading the patterns and also trading off of the ATRs. We'll see if it has a pattern of following patterns. If it doesn't, it's going to be very hard for me to trade and get a proper entry. Getting the hangman look again. So going from a spinning top to looking like it's going to be closing like a hangman. If it closes red here, it'll be a bearish hangman. If it closes green, it'll be a bullish hangman. So we'll see. Or if it pops all the way back up here, it could break the whole thing and just try to get back over this 1016-ish level, 1025 level actually. 1025. But it's got to do that in 3 minutes. And of course, I've changed my philosophy on these candles. They're all liars until they close, so we don't know what this thing is. See how it keeps on shifting and changing the pattern and changing what the candle is? We don't know what it is until it locks into place. It's gone from a spinning top to a hanging man. At first, it was a strong bullish hanging man if it was closing green up here towards this 1021, but just has been on a struggle bus here. Two minutes left. Okay. So definitely looking like a bullish hanging man. We'll see what the next candle comes into play. Of course, I usually let that first 30 minutes to play out. Of course, this candle hasn't even closed, so I can't say it's a bullish hanging man yet because it can easily shift in this 1 minute. Now, hanging man is a sign of reversal, so we'll see if it follows the pattern. Well, wow. Okay, so a minute left and it's coming back down. Will it go red? 40 something seconds left. Are they gonna push it red here? This will be a red hanging man, big sign for a reversal if it happens. I think either way it goes, it's gonna close as a hanging man though. It's just gonna be bullish or bearish. All right, so it is locked into place. That is a sign of a reversal. Let's see what this reversal is gonna look like. Going up there, throwing a quick one up. Throwing a quick one up there to 12. And it closed as a bullish or a green hangman. into this open. Up 11%. Looks like it's into halts right now. All right, so let's see what else has populated over here on the scan. So things under $5 going crazy. Looking like ELWS, IINN, BREA, TAOP, and CNVS. These are all under $5, so I will not be touching them with a 50-foot pole. But if you have a strategy to do that, you know, you can have at it. Let's see. What is the news catalyst down here? Cineverse, Google Cloud, blah, blah, blah. TAOP. No real news there. Why does it have Robinhood news? They got a shelf registration. IINN receives first ever U.S. patent approval for orbiting blood oxygenation delivery system. That's all good and dandy. And ELWS, okay. All right, so yeah, those are some tickers. If you like those lower ones, those are some tickers for you under 5. All of these do have some relative volume on them. People are looking at them. ELWS has 33 million. IINN has 22 million. And then these are trying to make their way up to 10 million on the day. But they are not my cup of tea. For sure. All right, let's jump back over. Waiting for DTSS. Let's look when this thing's gonna come out of its halt. Halted at 9:30, 38. So almost an exact 5 minutes. So 35, 38 is what we'll be looking for. And looking over here on the larger time frame, the level that I was saying, hey, maybe it'll get some trading in here. It got trading and got above it, but the thing is, it hasn't proven that it can hold this. So can it hold above the 1127s? And definitely, if it does break that down, can it hold the 975s? Would be the question. Right now, going on a somewhat of a run here on the 15 minutes with all these green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles in a row to the upside. You know, I'm just like, hey, where is the heaviness going to come into? What is your first red candle going to look like? Right? Is it going to be one of those earth-shattering body slams, or is it going to be something that gets bought up real quick and you can continue to go up? With the news that it has, the catalyst that it has, just regaining NASDAQ compliance, and it has a shelf registration from the end of last year, and it hasn't really done anything like produced anything. It pretty much just saved itself from being delisted. That's all. So we'll see how that plays out, and if people really want to play this Chinese stock like that. We also saw on the larger time frames, the monthly, that it likes to gap back down. So this was a gap from 593 all the way up here to 17. And I don't know if these numbers reflect the reverse split yet, because they did a 1 for 15 reverse split, but we can see that there was some type of gap up and then a gap down. It stayed up here for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then a gap down. but I don't know exactly if these price levels or the prices that are represented here are the accurate ones after their reverse stock split. We saw on Hollow, I believe, after the day after they actually did the reverse stock split, the chart changed in the oh, we got to open. All right, so we got to open here back into this level that we were talking about. And now what this is a shooting star pattern. Big reversal signal if this thing can close red. And wow, 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 it is pushing red. We'll see if it closes red. That's a big reversal signal into this zone that we were currently watching between the 1134s and the 975. So we'll see if they can hold down. Now, again, this candle has not closed. It has, where's the time? It has to the 45 to close. So a lot of time for this thing to act crazy. But at this point, for me, in my eyes, it's a liar until the candle closes. So we shall see what it wants to do. It failed to hold out of the top side ATR up here at the 12. It is coming down here and testing the, it dropped through the mid-high ATR here at the 1125s, and now it is testing the mid-low ATR at the $9. And then the low is actually at 9, what is this, 910-ish. So we'll see how it does in this level. Going back up there, trying to get back over that ATR and finding resistance right at that ATR. That's the ATR to the high side based on the last 14 bars that are being presented. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 bars there. That's the ATR. And we saw it hit that head right there on that. And now, will the mid-high become the resistance at that 1125-ish level? Mid-high just got tested. Saw a little bit of resistance there. It's going to have to get through this mid-high to prove that it wants to be bullish. But still bumping their head right there. Continue to bump through it a little bit. And then big sell back through. Okay. So at this point, this candle is no longer a shooting star. It's almost a doji, but not yet. We don't know because the candle hasn't closed yet. That's just the shape that it's taking right now. Now it's more of a back to being a, okay, well, I guess I just have to wait until closer to the close to see what it wants to be. But definitely getting beat up on that mid-high. Let me get rid of this line right here so y'all can see the mid-high I'm talking about. Remove that drawing. There's the mid-high right there. It keeps hitting. And then here's the low-high right here. I mean the mid-low. Okay, getting through that mid-high, going back up to the, oh, wow. And this is why we kind of wait for candles to close, because they're not telling the truth. It's like, what do you actually want to do? And I don't know how, I haven't tested waiting for the candles to close on like the 1 minute, 2 minute or whatever. I've only done this testing on the entry of the 15 minutes. So I don't know how well it works, you know, waiting for candles to close down there, you know, dollar, I mean, not a dollar, a minute, 2 minutes, stuff like that. Got above the ATR high. There's the push out. So held up that ATR high and trying to hold out of it now. Is it back into halt? Oh no. Okay, false halt. And so this play, this ATR break is the type of play that I took yesterday, but it was after confirmation that this thing where it wanted to settle down and all of that. This ATR break still worked, you know, from 11.88 up here to what, 13, $14. It's just out of my time frame that I usually trade. You know, this is like the beginning, first 15-minute candle. I'm like, this is when the most volume comes in, so we'll see what happens after it settles down a little bit. But for right now, very strong move above the ATR, even after extension, even after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candle extension. And now looking like it's going into a halt for real. Oh, false halt. What in the world? All right. So now we got 2 minutes left for the candle to close, and the truth is coming our way. What is the truth of this candle? Will it close as like some type of huge shooting star, or will it be able to hold up the ATR above this 12 $12? Wow, back up there to the 14s. Very interesting movements up here as well. Up 800%. You know, we talk about buying high. Now, without a pattern, this would definitely probably be a buy high situation, especially with this candle not closing yet and not showing us even what the first intraday candle has for us. People buying, if they're buying like $14 and something like that on a 1 minute, it may not look as bad, but if they were to zoom out on a 15 minute, they'll immediately see, oh wow, I'm buying extremely high. All right, so the second candle has opened, and this candle right here isn't really a some kind of pattern candle. We'll just have to see what their sentiment is here. I don't know what this isn't called anything specifically. So there's no pattern for continuation. I don't know. We'll see. I do know one thing. It needs to test this ATR at the $12 to continue the confidence, the confidence. Right now, the control area hasn't even moved up for this thing yet. So the control area is still down here around 582s. The last place that the buyers and the sellers were like, okay, we're good with this price. So we'll see if it makes any kind of movements down towards that control area, or if the whole value area will move up and the control area will move up due to these candles staying up here in these areas. But for right now, the first thing I want to see is this test back to the ATR of $12. A lot of time still left on this candle. So no reason to get jumpy. We do have a little bit of a range up here from the 1488 right here to the 13, right around the 1350s. It's playing around in this level. Not really forming any kind of true patterns though. But it is forming a noticeable lower high for now. Unless it can get up here and double top. 1488. All right, so it tested. Ooh. Okay. I almost got the 12. That's not good enough. It needs to completely test that ATR. 1240s, 1227s. Remember, this is the first 30 minutes. How is this thing going to react in the first 30 minutes? Will it be able to hold up that ATR? There's the test, finding a little bit of buying on that ATR, but has not closed the candle. Still has 2 minutes left for the close of this candle. Wait, did I say that right? 2 minutes left. Yeah, 2 minutes left. No. No, like 10 minutes left. I'm tripping. Pumping up there, pumping up there. Will this be a double top back down? So it tested that 12, that's ATR within the first 30 minutes, but the first 30 minutes has not closed, so still not in a trading mood just yet. Forming a nice little double touch of that level. It's going to have to break that level unless it's just going to be a double top. And we'll see. This is becoming a doji candle. If this candle closes red as a doji, that's going to be a reversal signal. If it closes green as a bullish doji, it may hold up in these levels a little bit longer if it's going to follow any kind of patterns. So let's see what's going on. Really looking like it wants that break. Ooh, yep, there's a break. All right. So very, very bullish stock, not giving me any kind of patterns. It's not following any kind of patterns here. So first 30 minutes, that's been proven that it's not doing anything with patterns. Just a big extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars of extension here to the upside. So at this point, I can get rid of these again. Move that. And look up, look where it is though on the larger time frames. This little spot right here, it made its way all the way into this little island area right here. The top side of this is what, 17? It made its way all the way up there in the first couple of minutes. That's crazy. I would not have expected that to be the point that it was going to reach today, especially on the news that it has. But up almost 1,000%. Nice Chinese stock doing crazy stuff again. Reliable, what's up? Your pattern is a bull flag on the hour chart, gives you the look. Oh nah, man. I try to stick with one time frame for entries. I see what you're talking about. I see over here on the hour chart, the well, what bull flag? You mean down here when it was at $5? It gave a little pullback. That was a long time ago. That was a long time before the open. So I guess if you were to take that trade during pre-market, maybe that would have been the thing. But it opened. It was already up here towards 11s at the open. So all this had already been gone. All right, so it is getting up there towards that 17 level. I think it actually touched the 1728. Didn't make a new high on the monthly. The high overall is a 1797. So yeah. The 730 pre-market high is your pole, followed by two identical size candles. Yes, a bull flag. 730. All right, so it broke all the way over, broke to a new high here on DTSS. New high. So this opening move was from $8 up to $18. And because I've done so much back testing and looking at this, it just doesn't meet my criteria. I just can't be jumping in and gambling like that. I gotta see the setup, gotta see it play out like I like it. Like I like it. This is one of those chasing stocks that you'll probably see a lot of people losing money on coming into later on the day. They'll be like, man, I didn't think it was gonna go that high. Well, I didn't either. You know, it was an uncalculated explosion. And again, this is one of those Chinese stocks, so we'll see what it wants to do up here at the 20s. If at this point it's just open season on it. I mean, it is the greatest short attractant on the day. They're coming in like gnats and roaches. So Let's see how that plays out for it. But if you see me not take a trade or something like this on this, it's probably because it's just completely out of my rule set. So I'm just like, hey, if you got a strategy for it, definitely go. But at least we're looking in the right spot. We know that the relative volume on this thing is 143%. The norm, the relative standard deviation is meeting all of those criteria. It just does not have the proper setup for entry. I like to buy low, get in, and sell high. On this one, I would just be buying high and hoping for higher. Now, in this case, you would have got your higher, but you know, it does not always work like this. It's one of those days where they're like, oh yeah, this is a hot market. Definitely buy these types. And then tomorrow the same thing happens. It comes up here and slams on people that try to take this same trade. So now it's testing, coming back down to that previous high, which was a 797 that it passed. I mean, not 797, 1797. It was up here, right? Yeah. Can I put it there? There it is. All right, so that was the previous high, 1797. So reliable. What Chinese stocks have you been getting into? I know you've been getting you still been trading those I'm pretty sure you probably grabbed some more Baba that came down. Um I'm trying to think what other Chinese stocks have I seen that are dividend paying stocks that have been going. I saw a stock, it was a Chinese stock, but I don't know, man. Chinese stocks, it's kind of hard to trade them because you never know what they're how they're going to change over time. U.S. stocks are kind of safer a little bit, but they can still gap up and that gap down as well too. So I don't know. But my dividend portfolio is looking sweet. A couple $1,000s extra on the year from that. So that's always good. And just trying to follow the rules, especially when it comes to day trading, man. Every like these past 2 or 3 weeks have been just back testing sessions on the weekends and even during the days when I can get time and do back testing, and just really going through and nailing down the different points that I need to focus on, the different weaknesses that were in my trading, and just seeing them over and over again. You back test 100 trades. So far, I've done 1,200 trades that I back tested. But when you back test that many trades, you see something like this and you just don't feel nothing. No excitement, no, no FOMO, no nothing. It's just like, cool. Wait for my setup. But without back testing, without practicing those, managing those emotions and what a good trade looks like, you just be sweating. You'd be like, man, I should have. I don't care. I'm just like, it's whatever. But let's see what's going on under 5 that's still been moving around. We still got ELWS, MGOL up 50 something percent, BREA, CNVS right around $3. Some pretty high relative volumes on these cheaper ones as well. 100 times it's normal volume, 200 times its normal volume on that $3 stock, 70 times the normal volume there. So definitely some moves coming on in there under under $5. Let's look through some of these while this one's figuring out what it wants to do. ELWS, not really trading a whole lot. INN, wow, IINN just going down. CNVS, and look at these setups, just poor setups. I don't know who's trading these things down here. Just not a whole lot of milk for the Wheaties on those. We are back under the high now on this one on DTSS. And now after this long extension, there's no way. This looks like the backside of the move coming to, and it's 9 o'clock. So I guess it's the end of, I'm gonna be ending the stream, but this is some crazy extension. So we'll see. I'll probably check it out throughout the day. And just if anything else pops up, I definitely drop it in the Discord or whatnot. But as far as a trader here, all of this is just buying extremely high, especially after it broke this high up here of the 1797. Extremely. Now, if you are a strong donator and you want to pay people's bills, this is one that you need to buy. The shorts, they have bills to pay too. So definitely, if you are in the business of helping people and donating large amounts of money, this is it, man. This is it. Let's see. Also, it did have a shelf registration. So also remember that shelf registration was for the end of last year. I don't know when the company itself will be selling shares. As the price raises like this, a lot of times we see these big moves. The company will release a thank you letter on the day after or the week after. They're like, thank you for pushing our price up. We don't know why you guys did it, but appreciate it. And so we may see one of those letters coming after the company realizes its gains. But yeah, that is it for me today. I gotta jump into my morning meeting. Don't really see anything else, but I will be coming back streaming on Friday. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, keep your head on the swivel. You're going to continue trading. My trading time frame is really from like 9 to 11. It's like 2 hours. Give me what I want in 2 hours, and then I just go and do something else. But for the most part, we want to have our eyes where everybody else is looking and see how these things play out. But yeah, that's it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.